Welcome to Private Stories, where people discover who they really are. Jacob returned home long after sunset. The apartment smelled of lemon cleaner and something sharp and spicy. Not her usual perfume. The key turned easily in the lock. No hesitation. No resistance. Like the door had nothing to hide. He placed his worn leather bag by the entrance. Hung his dark canvas jacket on the hook. Walked to the kitchen without greeting anyone. The kettle was still warm. Someone had used it recently. The overhead light was on. The table was set. Braised cabbage. 2 cold meat patties. 2 plates. One slightly pushed back as if someone had already eaten. Logan sat in the corner with a laptop. Headphones on. Face lit by the screen. Jacob poured himself water. Took a slow sip. Set the glass down. Hey. He did not look at his son. Logan nodded quickly. Too quickly. Like he had rehearsed that exact reaction. Jacob noticed. Said nothing. He walked to the bathroom. The light was off, but the mirror was fogged. On the towel, a lipstick mark. Cherry red. Bright. Not Lily's shade. She preferred darker tones. Muted. Controlled. This one was loud. Like it wanted to be seen. Jacob stood there for several seconds. No emotion on his face. Then he turned and left. Back in the kitchen, he reheated the food. Sat by the window. Ate slowly. Logan removed one headphone. We have a geometry test tomorrow. You ready? Almost. Silence stretched. Where's your mother? Work meeting. End of the month. Big targets. The words sounded memorized. Like lines from someone else's script. I see. Jacob finished eating. Wiped his mouth. Stood up. He entered the bedroom. Undressed. Turned on the bedside lamp. On the nightstand lay a restaurant receipt. Amount higher than what he left for weekly expenses. He picked it up. Looked at the time. Late evening. 2 nights ago. He placed it in the drawer. Turned off the light. Lay down. Did not sleep. An hour. Maybe 2. He rose again. Went to the balcony. He had quit smoking 11 years ago, but his hand still searched his pocket automatically. The night air was dry, cold. Below, near the entrance, a foreign dark sedan stood parked. Glossy, tinted windows. No dealership frame on the plate. Not from this building. He memorized the numbers. Lily returned close to 3 in the morning. Her heels tapped lightly in the hallway. Too lightly, like someone who knows noise is dangerous. She entered the bedroom quietly, removed her earrings, placed them carefully into the jewelry box. The perfume was new, sweet, warmer than usual. Jacob lay still, breathing slow, listening. Her breathing was uneven, not tired, excited. He did not ask. At 6 he was already up. Coffee brewed strong. Laptop open. Lily entered the kitchen. Hair still damp. White blouse. Black pencil skirt. Gold watch catching the light. What's your plan today? Job site outside Denver. Steel panels arrived. We're lifting the structure. He did not look at her. Long day. She nodded. Took a sip. You look tired. Air feels heavy. Maybe we should change the filter. Maybe. Her hands did not shake. Her eyes were steady. No mistakes in gestures. Like nothing had happened. After school Logan has practice. Then he's going to Mason's to work on a project. You mind? Let him go. She grabbed her purse. I'll be late. End of month. Sure. The door closed. The engine outside started. 15 minutes later Jacob stepped into Logan's room. Phone here. Yeah. Show me. Why? Just show me. Logan froze. Then handed it over. No password. Either he forgot, or wanted it found. Jacob opened the messages. Scrolled. Read. His face did not change. But something inside tightened slowly, like a steel cable pulled to its limit. When he finished he handed the phone back. You wrote all this. Silence. Answer me. Yeah. I didn't think. You didn't think. I see. Jacob walked toward the door. No practice today. After school you come home. Understood. Yeah. He left without looking back. Inside everything aligned. No anger, no panic, just clarity, and the beginning of something that would not be undone. The next morning began with mechanical precision. Jacob arrived at the construction site outside Colorado Springs at exactly 8. Checked the delivery, walked the perimeter, measured the steel beams himself. The crew worked without small talk. They knew his mood by the silence. At noon, he locked himself inside the site trailer, opened his laptop, logged into the company banking system. The balance was lower than usual, much lower. He scrolled through the transactions. Restaurants in downtown Denver, spa salons, a boutique on Larimer Street, all labeled as business lunches, corporate meetings, client gifts. He knew how real corporate accounts were processed. These were not that. He took screenshots, saved everything. After work, he drove to see Peter Lawson. Peter sat in his narrow office surrounded by monitors and folders. Gray sweater with loose threads, glasses low on his nose, coffee thermos always within reach. Jacob placed printed statements on the desk. I need a full breakdown. From the beginning. Quietly, Peter raised an eyebrow. Someone has been generous. I know. I want dates. Exact times. Location of each payment. Card usage. IP logs if possible. Peter nodded slowly. Give me 2 days. I'll pull everything from May until now. No conversations about this. Of course. On his way out, Jacob stopped at the door. If Lily asks about any contract, you call me immediately. Peter understood without further explanation. That evening, Jacob returned home earlier than usual. Silence in the kitchen. Logan in his room. Lily on the balcony. Her voice lower than normal. Almost intimate. A soft laugh at the end of sentences. Jacob stepped back into the hallway, then re-entered loudly. I'm home. The conversation ended instantly. Screen locked. Balcony door opened. You're early. Work finished. He walked past her. Heated leftovers. Sat at the table. Lily stood behind him uncertain. Logan said the test didn't go well. I'll talk to him. You seem distant lately. He put the fork down. Turned to her slowly. And you? What? Are you distant? Her jaw tightened. What are you implying? Nothing. Just asking. She left the kitchen. Bedroom door closed softly. That night Jacob did not sleep. He sat by the window. Replayed dates. Conversations. Excuses. 3 months. Almost exactly 3 months of a second life. Carefully constructed. Almost perfect. On the table lay her purse. He opened it quietly. Inside was a receipt from a flower shop. Purchased 15 minutes before she came home Monday. He never received flowers. He took a photo. Returned everything exactly as it was. The next day Peter called. I have everything. And more. Every restaurant charge lines up with your salary withdrawals for workers. She used the timing perfectly. When you were busy. When cash flow moved. Red markers highlight each one. Jacob closed his eyes briefly. Send me copies. Flash drive ready. And Jacob. Yes. It's systematic. Not emotional. Planned. I know. Later that afternoon he visited Peter. Received a small black flash drive. And a stitched folder organized by date. An attorney would appreciate this. Peter said quietly. Jacob nodded. That evening Logan left for the shower. Jacob entered his room. Opened the laptop. Password identical to the Wi-Fi code. Predictable. Search history. Elite driving schools. Private university admission through recommendation. Meetings with representatives. Everything matched the message dates. He opened the photo folder. Dozens of images. Logan smiling inside a black BMW. Next to a well-groomed man with an open collar shirt and expensive watch. Hand resting confidently on the steering wheel. Caption. Learning from the best. Another photo. Concert tickets. Gift boxes. Jacob saved everything to cloud storage. Returned the laptop exactly as found. At dinner Logan spoke casually. Mom, can I go to Oliver's on Sunday? He'll help me with economics. Jacob looked at him. Economics. Yeah. He knows people. Lily approved quickly. Just not too late. Jacob stabbed his fork into the meat. Who is he to you? Teacher. Mentor. He helps. Problem. The problem is you sound like someone else's son. Logan froze. Dad, don't start. Jacob stood. Washed his plate. Water ran loudly. After Lily finished cleaning, he stepped close. If you have meetings tomorrow, take a taxi. Do not use my accounts. Her fingers tightened around the towel. Sunday morning arrived quietly. At 2 in the afternoon, a dark gray BMW stopped outside. Same plate. Same tinted windows. Logan ran downstairs in a sport jacket. Backpack thrown into the back seat. Jacob stood on the balcony. Watching. The car pulled away smoothly. 1407. Recorded by the entrance camera. Jacob did not follow. He drove in the opposite direction toward the warehouse. But in his mind he imagined the car interior. Laughter. Confident male voice. Promises. A replacement father figure forming slowly. That night Logan returned energized. We went to a restaurant downtown. Then to a meeting. Real businessmen. Not like construction. They build through connections. Oliver knows everyone. He can introduce me. Jacob stood in the doorway, looking not at his son, but at Lily. And you want that? Yeah. Smart not to break your back for nothing. Jacob's voice remained level. Changing is not the same as replacing. Logan shrugged, went to his room. Later Lily entered the bedroom. You're doing this on purpose. Staying silent. Would you prefer I scream? I want to know what you think. You want honesty. Yes. You found someone younger. With money. With charm. You pulled our son into it. Built a new picture. This is temporary. You changed. How? Cold. Always working. Impossible to talk to. And he is easy to talk to. She did not answer. He knows I'm married. That doesn't matter. It matters when you spend my money. Her eyes flashed. So now you spy on me. No. I observe. And you hide badly. He left the room. Water boiled in the kitchen. She did not follow. The line between them had already been drawn. Sharp. Irreversible. The next morning Jacob left early. On the table he placed one printed sheet. No titles. Just dates. 11 restaurants. 5 trips. All during his work hours. Below it one underlined sentence. Everything aligns. The storm had not exploded. It was organizing. Rain began before sunrise. Cold. Persistent. Jacob sat inside the construction trailer while the crew waited for delayed steel delivery. 3 folders lay on the table. Bank statements. Message screenshots. Photographs. May through September. Clear sequence. Small expenses at first. Then larger ones. Then Logan fully involved. No emotions in the documents. Only structure. He scrolled through his contacts. Stopped at a number saved months ago. Margaret Whitmore. She answered on the second ring. I remember you. You supervised that warehouse dispute. I need a private consultation. Today. 2 hours. Her office was in an old brick building near downtown Denver. Minimal furniture. Steel shelves. Cold lighting. Margaret reviewed the flash drive in silence. Systematic. Well documented. What do you want? Clean divorce. Assets remain mine. Custody undecided. For now. She nodded. Apartment purchased before marriage. Registered solely under your name. Company under your ownership. No joint ownership documents. Correct. Joint accounts. Frozen yesterday. Good. Are you ready for this to become public? School. Neighbors. Your son. Let it surface. But she will not spend another dollar of mine. Margaret closed the folder. We file tomorrow. Grounds. Infidelity and financial misconduct. Evidence sufficient. Jacob paused. There is a municipal contract pending. 2.7 million. If she learns about it, she may attempt something. I will notify the registrar. Move quickly. Protect your boundaries. When Jacob stepped outside, the rain had grown heavier. He did not rush. He crossed the street. entered a hardware store, purchased a new tool bag identical to the old one. Only difference: red zippers. At home the air felt dense. Logan sat in his room, head down, phone glowing. How was school? Fine. Geometry? 5. Jacob nodded. Lily entered the kitchen minutes later. You didn't eat. Wasn't hungry. I bought that cheese you like. Thank you. She sat opposite him. I feel you are digging, checking my expenses, watching me. What? He met her eyes calmly. Because you spend my money on another man and involve our son. You think I'm cheating. I don't think. I know. Silence. Logan's messages. Receipts. Times. Cars outside. Her lips parted but no words came. What do you want now? To leave and take what I built. If Logan chooses to come later we talk. That night he packed only his belongings. Clothes, documents, toolbox, old bag left behind. On the kitchen table he placed printed divorce papers. Signed. No note. No explanation. At dawn he left. No slammed doors. No raised voice. Just the sound of a key turning. He rented a small one-bedroom apartment in Aurora. Concrete balcony. Peeling wallpaper. Loud refrigerator. But silence belonged to him. That evening he parked 50 meters from the old building. Headlights off. Rain thin. Phone camera open. At 9:18 p.m., the dark BMW arrived. Lily exited the entrance calmly. Short jacket. Heels. No bag. She entered the car without looking around. Driver well-groomed. Short hair. Confident posture. They drove away. An hour later Logan returned alone. Lights turned on inside. Near midnight Lily came back. Hair slightly messy. Coat open. Moving quickly. Next night Jacob returned at exactly 9:00 p.m. BMW again. Lily stepped out holding a small box. She laughed too brightly. The man exited the car. Athletic build. Perfect posture. He handed her something. She kissed him. Quick. Decisive. Jacob stepped out of his car. Walked past them without haste. Oliver noticed first. Froze. Lily turned. Eyes widened. Jacob looked at the man calmly. No threats. No words. Then to Lily. Home or him? No answer. Good. He turned. Returned to his car. Drove away. On the way he called Margaret. Confirmation obtained. Visual. Direct. Understood. I will attach it to the case. Next morning Lily found the court envelope in the mailbox. Official seal. Divorce proceedings initiated. List of financial violations. Request for asset protection. Logan opened it first. Read. Sat on his bed for a long time. Then sent a message. Are you serious? Jacob did not respond. That evening silence filled the apartment. Lily sat at the table. Papers spread before her. He knew. She whispered. How? I don't know. But he knew. Logan stood. You didn't even stop. He walked to his room. Door shut. Paper and silence remained. That night Lily did not sleep. She checked the banking app repeatedly. Balance 0. Cards frozen. Credit lines suspended. Next morning she called the bank. Polite voice. Controlled tone. All accounts where Mr. Brooks is primary holder are temporarily restricted. You are not listed as owner. She ended the call slowly. At the dealership where Oliver worked she asked for him. He no longer works here. Resigned last week. Do you have contact information? We do not. Back home Logan stared at his laptop. He is not answering. Phone off. Lily swallowed. Strange. Not strange. Logan closed the laptop sharply. Did you think he would wait? Do not speak to me like that. How did you speak to Dad when you used his money? He left the room. Late that evening the intercom buzzed. Lily, it's your mother. Let me in. Her mother climbed the stairs slowly, breathing heavy. What have you done? It was not serious. I was tired. He paid attention. He saw me. Her mother sat down firmly. He saw your credit limit and disappeared when it closed. You are alone now, and you deserve to understand why. Lily stared at the floor. For the first time, without defense, without script, the collapse had begun. November arrived without warning. Cold mornings, gray sky pressing low over the city. Inside the apartment, the silence thickened. Logan came home later each night, ate quickly, spoke little, his eyes no longer defiant, just distant. School called on a Tuesday. Unpaid tuition contributions. 3 months overdue. Payment required by Friday. Lily promised 2 days. Hung up. Sat motionless. That evening Logan overheard everything. I'm not going back there. You have to. Why? So they can whisper. About you. About him. About me. She had no answer. 2 days later another letter arrived. Official dismissal notice. Failure to meet financial obligations. Absences. Disciplinary decline. Logan read it calmly. Folded it once. Placed it on the table. You ruined it. No, you did. I just stopped pretending. The next morning he left early. Returned after dark with grease on his hands. There's a garage hiring. Weekend shifts. After school. I'm starting Saturday. You're 16. So. He looked at her steadily. I won't depend on anyone again. By the end of the month he worked regularly. Car wash first. Then oil changes. Then brake diagnostics. He came home in dark-stained clothes. Placed folded bills on the table. For rent. Keep it. No, it's ours. You said you were alone. Now you're not. She found work at a small records archive. Minimum pay. Quiet office. Stacks of folders. No perfumes. No gold bracelets. Only routine. One evening as she returned home, she saw a familiar red pickup drive past. Company logo on the door. Jacob behind the wheel. He did not slow. Did not look. She watched until the taillights disappeared. Weeks later she followed him once. Construction site on the outskirts. He moved confidently between steel beams. Tablet in hand. Workers listened. He looked stronger. Lighter. Not angry. Just focused. She left without approaching. A court summons followed soon after. Hearing date scheduled. She did not contest. In court she answered simply, yes, I acknowledge. Yes, I accept. Custody left open. Assets confirmed separate. Marriage dissolved. Outside rain fell softly. Jacob walked toward his car. She stopped him. I understand now. He looked at her calmly. Understanding does not rebuild. He left. No bitterness. Just distance. Winter passed slowly. Logan continued at the garage. One evening he placed a brochure on the kitchen table. Community Technical College. Automotive and Structural Engineering Program. I'm applying. Construction. Yes. Why? Because it holds. If built right, nothing breaks it. She watched him pack a backpack at dawn. Shoulders straight. Stride steady. He looked like his father. Spring came. Clear skies. Dry air. Logan began visiting Jacob quietly. First once. Then weekly. Jacob never invited. Never refused. Gave small tasks. Measure this. Hold that level. Check alignment. On the third visit he handed him a tablet. 2 meters lengthwise. 1 across. Measure. Logan did. Accurate. Good. A nod. Nothing more. But it meant everything. At home Logan began writing a course project. Small-scale residential foundation. Hand-drawn diagrams. Calculated loads. Jacob reviewed it once. Silently. Then placed a firm hand on his son's shoulder. Trust. Recognition. Unspoken. Summer approached. Logan balanced study. Garage. Construction site. No complaints. No excuses. One morning Jacob met him at an empty lot. Gravel. Wood forms. Cement bags stacked. You pour the foundation. Under my supervision. Alone. Yes. Logan worked for hours. Mixed carefully. Poured evenly. Checked level twice. Do not rush. Precision first. By sunset the surface was smooth. Jacob inspected. Acceptable. For a first time. Logan exhaled slowly. They drove back in silence. At the building entrance, Logan paused. Thanks. This is work, not favor. I know, but still. Jacob nodded once. At home, Lily waited awake. How was it? He trusted me. She closed her eyes briefly. Weeks passed. Logan received his first formal pay transfer. Saved most of it. Paid utilities without comment. One evening, Jacob arrived at the apartment building. Left an old toolbox downstairs. For him. He promised, when I learn. Now I started. Logan said quietly. That night, Lily sat alone at the kitchen table. Old expired bank card in her hand. Plastic without power. Symbol of everything lost. In May, Logan qualified for a scholarship competition. He submitted his structural design. Simple 2-story house. Accurate load distribution. Minimal errors. Jacob heard about it from the garage owner. Your son works like a man. Already in the team. He answered calmly. Do not tell him I said that. Late one night, Jacob received a message. Thank you. For the foundation. For the drawings. For not giving up. If needed, I'm here. Jacob did not reply. He simply placed the phone down. Looked out the window. Sometimes silence carries more weight than speech. In the apartment, Lily watched Logan sleep. Peaceful. No tension in his face. For the first time since everything collapsed. She understood something clearly. Love is not attention. Not gifts. Not excitement. Love is responsibility. And structure. And showing up. Even when no one applauds. Outside, the city prepared for summer. Construction cranes rising. New buildings forming. On one quiet morning, Logan walked toward the site again. Back straight. Hands rough. Eyes forward. Jacob waited beside stacked beams. Thermos in hand. No greeting. Just a nod. Work began. And this time, it was being built right. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Visit our channel for interesting and intriguing stories.